Okay, I got some ringing going on. You see a lot of pulses on the trace there. That's a good sign that I'm getting near resonance, maybe something like that. Anyway, it's what I'm looking for. That's a lot of ringing. That's good. Now I just need more of it. Let me see what I can do. Okay, so I got a new arrangement. That last one didn't seem to work out too well. I couldn't hit resonance. It didn't want to oscillate. So now I got red, green, and yellow. Same setup on my circuit. Okay, so same circuit. Now we're going to configure the coils different. Okay. Originally I had, we'll say, positive going in. Okay. The top of the coil, bottom of the coil. And then from there it went to the top of the coil to the bottom of the coil. So that both of these coils are in series. Okay. This is the way I had it originally. I'm just going to go ahead and hook it up like that again and get it running. And then what I want to do is switch the polarity on the second coil so that I'll have north and then south. Right now it'll be north and north, and hopefully I can get it spinning and oscillating. So let me do that and then I'll get back to you. Okay, back to the original way. You can see I got 3 high voltage output neon bulbs running. Okay, and I'm back to a double coil setup. One coil in on the bottom, going out the top, and over to the top and going out the bottom. Okay, so this should be north and south, north and south. You get the idea, right? But it works, it's running. And as long as I have 2 coils in line, it seems to like that resistance or whatever to oscillate. So we are oscillating, all 3 of them. So that means, theoretically, I have a spinning magnetic field. Once I get this set up to where it works perfectly every time, I can turn it on and snap my fingers and it runs. Then I'll go to extracting power from it and see what I get. But for now, that seems to work, and the north and south works, or both of them equal works. You know, with both up works. So either way works. Seems to oscillate just fine, nice and steady. I'll keep moving. I'll document what I can. Okay, right now I have this thing running, and this is the output across ground to the coil. Okay, so this is across the coils basically, and I'm reading around 10. Let's see, each one of these are 10, 20, 30, 40, there's 50 volts. See, it moves a little bit. I was reading around 95, so it depends on where I make adjustments. That's the base on the coils. It changes the frequency. and the output slightly, but mostly it's changing the input. Let me show you the input coils, the trigger coils. Okay, now watch the trigger coil voltage. This is at the coil itself, okay, and I'm on coil that controls the red transistor. Now watch, when I add more resistance, the input to the transistor is going to change. Alright, let me see if I can get it steady. There we go. Alright, so I got, these are 2 volt, 2, 4, 6, about 7 or 8 volts. Okay, now that's across the coil itself. So my little resistors that I have at the base of the transistor, whenever I change that, it affects the voltage at the coil, which helps it to resonate. It seems to want to resonate better when I have less of a load on the trigger. So that's the red one. Let me change it around. Hang on. Okay, this is the green one, and I can change the resistance, add more resistance, and the voltage across the coil gets higher. Okay, in other words, it's not loaded down, and I think that's what my problem was before. I was loading the trigger coils down so hard I was having trouble getting them to strike a trigger pulse. So let me go do the yellow one also. Okay, there's the yellow one, and sure enough, I add more resistance, I take the load off of the coil going to the base of that transistor, so I can crank it up. What we got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 volts. Now that's at the coil, not at the base. So I'm definitely unloading the trigger coils. I think they'll be happier. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Lighten the load. I need to be able to trigger the circuit every time and easily, you know what I mean? For anybody who's interested, the waveform at the base of the transistors all look about the same, and that's what I got from this thing in oscillation. That is at the base of the transistor. If that helps you, I don't know if it matters.